Okay, so my goodness, this is Kristen Codes, and this is is it day 5 of me trying to, oh, day 6? Let me check. Day 6. This is day 6 of me trying to become a web developer. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Um, so today, like I said yesterday, I was gonna start working on some front-end mentor challenges. So I knew that the tracking dashboard thing was gonna be a big from front-end mentor. I knew it was gonna be a big. Sorry if that is very blinding. But bear with me during these troubling times. Um, the desktop app is this. Let me minimize myself, put myself over here. Okay, so this is the dashboard that we have to make in front-end mentor on the JavaScript track learning path, and it uses some JSON as well. And I'm assuming you click these and you go between the information that the JSON loads. So So let's start off with the first front-end mentor project I did. I uploaded that today. I got up this morning and I started coding. I just started going at it. So I did a challenge called the interactive rating component. Let's view that live. I can finally, okay. So with this one, excuse me, with this one, you press this, and as you press the buttons, you can't have two pressed at the same time, right? And then you press submit, and then it gives you a little thank you. And then I added some functionality to where you can press E and go back. Let's inspect the element, go to the mobile view, and you can see we can do the same thing in mobile view, and we submit, and bam. And the submit gives us, so if we pick 1, it says 1 out of 5. If we pick 4, it'll say 4 out of 5, and etc., and so on and so forth. I will open that. Let's open that project up in okay, so I guess we can talk about the code. Why don't I just open up the desktop state? So it's supposed to look like this. And the first thing I did was create a card container and then a card div inside of it. I created the success card, which is going to be hidden. And then I created, hold on, I'm missing something. I was like, this is not a lot of HTML. What's going on here? So I created a card container for the initial rating box, and then when you load the page, so we got the card, and then we have the success card, and the success card is this, and that comes in hidden. So that's just all of this is just basic HTML, divs, images, paragraphs, H2. This should really be, one of these should be a H1 because you need at least one H1 on the page. We won't talk about the styling too much. There's nothing special that happened here. I did use clamp a bit more. And I want to start using different padding because I understand that like there's padding inline end, inline start, and all that stuff. And I need to go and do a tutorial on what that actually is. Because when I put myself into Frontend Mentor, they have an AI that kind of judges it. and the AI kept saying, hey, you need to use padding inline so and so and so forth, or margin in so and so forth. And I was like, okay, I need to look into that, because I did look at some videos from Kevin Powell, and I did see he was doing that as well. So I got to look into that. Let's see, script.js. So the first thing I did was I got the card component, put that in a variable, put the success card in a variable as well. I got the card list. Well, I accessed the ordered list on the card and put that in a variable. We don't need this. Grab the button, put the button in a variable. We don't need that. Okay, and then this was to help me decide which buttons were pressed. So if a button was selected, then another button couldn't be selected. And this held the current rating that the user selected. Const card list items, that was me getting the individual LIs by doing query selector all and putting them in the card list items, which is an array. And I can comment this out, don't need that. Okay, populate ratings. Let's see what I did here. So this is me adding, I'm looping over the LIs, and the LIs were, maybe I should just go back. These, let's open this actually. So these were the LIs, right? And what I did was I looped over them in the card list items array, and then put that in a for loop and looped over each one and added an event listener to each one, and added toggle of clicked. And clicked is a CSS class which changes the background color to orange, as you can see here. All right. Then I created a function called remove clicked, this function right here. So after we add clicked, after a button is clicked, it will remove clicked, and it takes the current iteration of the for loop as the item index that we shouldn't remove click from. So you enter that item index, then you say if card list items item index dot class list dot contains clicked, we're gonna loop over the card list. We're gonna loop over the card list items, and if we come to the item index that we entered in as an argument, we're gonna skip over that, and we're gonna go to the next card list item and remove click. So that allows me to click. So I click here, it loops over all these and removes any other one. Click here, it looped over all these and removed clicks from this one. And then I'm pretty sure at the end, yeah, I said is rating selected is true, and then current rating equal item index plus 1. Because the index starts at 0, I have to add 1 to each one of these. All right, now we get to the card button dot add event listener. So I added an event listener to the card button. So it'll toggle clicked, which turns it orange. Well, actually, it should turn it orange. No, actually, it turns it white. No, orange. I'm gonna have to look at that. That's not how that's supposed to be. Moving on. Card.classlist.add hidden. So we're gonna hide this card, and then we're gonna show this one. So we do that by success card.classlist.remove hidden from the success card and add hidden to the original rating card. We don't need to console.log this. Then we have a const, which is the span rating equals doc. This is the span rating. This is why, let me show you what this is accessing. So this number, the 4, once we submit it, it'll say you selected 4 out of 5. And I think if we can inspect this element, we can see that there's a span right here. And the JavaScript accesses the span, puts it in a variable, a constant. So then we say span rating.text content equal the current rating, which was up here. And the current rating, we got that from the item index. And the item index we got from the particular index we're on in card list items. Okay. So that's that. So we did the card button, add event listener, and then I couldn't figure this out, but I just decided to map it to E instead of escape. I knew you could add event listeners to the window, but I didn't know how to get the actual key from, and then I found out that's passed in the event. You can use the action key press, and I tried to console.log so that I could see which key was being pressed originally, but every time I pressed the escape key, nothing would happen. So I just decided to go with the E key, and that's why I press E, I can press submit, press E, press submit, press E, press submit. So that when I do that, it adds hidden to the success card and brings back the class list. I mean the class list, the original card. Okay, now we are going to go into this is what I was supposed to be working on today. Mind you, I thought this was just going to be a warm-up, but then I got really into it. And I posted it on Frontend Mentor. Blinding. It says my solutions, but where's my challenges, my network, my bookmarks, my learning? Where's my solutions? Profile. My solutions is on my profile. So yeah, this is my solution page on here. And so finished that. And that was a random challenge because I just was like, I was kind of procrastinating on doing the dashboard because I knew it was going to take a while, but I started on it tonight. I was feeling sick today. I mean, so sick. I was rolling around the floor. Malachi's not in here right now, but I was rolling around the floor, like literally in tears. My stomach was hurting so bad, but like, and I was at the computer typing in the README for where is it? I was typing in the README for this repository, this one right here. Yeah. Let me tell you what happened. So I was midway, like adding the pictures and doing the text, and then my stomach did a backflip, a twirl, and just jumped off a cliff. And I was on the ground. Malachi was staring at me like, "What is this human going through?" He did not care. That's the wonderful thing and the horrible thing about dogs is that he just looked at me. I got in the bed. He checked me, sniffed me, made sure I was okay after everything was said and done. And he was just like, "Okay, I want to play now." Like, what? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. But let's see. So then after I finished this, after my stomach was hurting, because my stomach did that once, I came back and finished this. And then after I finished it, it was hurting again. So I had to go take a nap. I was out of it today. And I'm not gonna say why, but I have a bad habit of eating one thing. Like once I get hooked on one thing, I will eat one thing. And this one thing that I was hooked on for a few days was not what I should have been eating. That I'll just say that. Either way, I have to watch my health. I have gained a little bit of weight, so I'm gonna have to. I need to start eating healthier. I'm at that age where I need to start thinking about everything I put in my body. But we're not here to talk about health. We're here to talk about code. So, the dashboard project, the one thing I was like, oh, here we go. Okay, so the time tracking dashboard looks like this, right? And it looks like this in the mobile design. I realized, and I'm pretty sure if I ever become professional, somebody over me is going to say that is not how we do things and you should do it the other way. But starting mobile first helps me a lot. Starting desktop first and then going to mobile, it feels like I'm always running into some sort of issue. But when I start with the mobile design first and then work towards the desktop design, it seems like everything just lines up perfectly and the stars align and Jesus comes down and he says, "My son, you have done correctly. I will gift you with not a headache or a migraine. I will gift you with the ability to post it that day instead of posting it 2 days later." Because there was one challenge on Frontend Mentor. Sometimes you'll see it pop up. If I press challenges, you'll see like a purple card pop up that I haven't finished. That one, that one, I got so hyper fixated and focused on making that thing pixel perfect and making it perfectly responsive. Did not start mobile first, and I regret it. So I might go back and do it and make it mobile first. So anyway, that's the desktop design, and this is the mobile design. So I'm assuming the way this works is that you press, oh, and there's a JSON file. There's a JSON file that has daily, weekly, monthly data for work, play, study, exercise, social, self-care cards. And each one of these are one of those cards that are going to have the JSON information in it. So based on what we click, so for example, we click weekly, and if we go to work in the JSON file, weekly should say 32 and then 36. So we have 32 hours of work and 36, last time 32 hours of work, or last week 36, something like that. Previous 36, current 32. So the current goes right here and the previous week goes right here. Okay, that's cool. And so let's show y'all how far I've gotten. I did create some. Now starting, I even wrote here, start with mobile. I started creating, I wrapped everything in a dashboard container. I created the profile card, which is this one. Added an avatar to it. Well, I wrapped the image in an avatar div, a div with the class of avatar. And then I wrapped this div around the avatar info. And so let's see. So why don't we just go live? So this is all I got for right now, but whatever, it's something. Okay. So the next step again is once I make this one card, the other cards will be easy to make. So I stopped at this point tonight because I was really tired and really sick today. But I know once I finish this and I I'll be able to make the other ones in like a quarter of the time, and then do all the JavaScript that's necessary, and then that part will be done, and then I'll just have to worry about where I put the like when it's in the desktop state, how to place those items in the grid, like right here. I'm giving y'all word salad today. Just bear with me. There was a lot going on today. All right. I'm just happy to be alive. So, let's talk about. So I did write the index.html, wrote some HTML, put it here. Then I started working on the activity cards. I'm trying to get better at structuring my HTML so I put these comments here so that when I like go from style to script to index, I can just, okay, it's all right here. It's all right there. Added some styles. Is there anything different that I did here? Anybody that's doing front-end mentor challenges, I want to let you know that you should get a color picker add-on in your browser. Whatever browser you have, get a color picker icon. And usually, I don't know, maybe there's like 4, 5, or 6 colors in a smaller project, and you just grab those colors and just with your color picker, and just put them in. Because the last project I did that I showed you guys at the beginning of this video, the colors were all off in that style guide, and I don't know why. I don't know why they do this sometimes. Other than style guide and Figma discrepancies between what the image is showing and what the Figma and style guide is showing, Front End Mentor is amazing, and I can't say that enough. Script.js. I have not written any JavaScript. And so yeah, that is where I am right now. We are still working on this. What I plan on doing is finishing this up, going back to the MDN challenge, the next part of the MDN challenge to get more. Oh, that's bright. Oh, by the way, somebody said I should put my windows in dark mode. I did that, and I instantly felt like I transcended. What was I talking about before I was talking about transcending? I don't know. Oh yeah. So I want to finish the dashboard. I want to finish the MDN challenge because I thought that was a great tutorial. I love I feel like sometimes the reading those tutorials is better than watching them, because I feel like when you're reading, it's more, I don't know. It just feels like I'm learning it better. Like I'm rereading it, I'm applying it. I'm reading it, I'm applying it. It's really fast. Whereas when I'm watching a video, I feel like I have to give different types of attention. Like, and then sometimes when I watch the video, I won't lie, I zone out and I have to watch it again. But I've gotten better at that over time. So then I know yesterday I was talking about finishing or starting the Odin project and doing the Odin project, Front End Mentor, and Jonas's course. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna have to focus on at least 2 at a time. Top is a lot. Jonas's course is a lot, and this takes up some time too because I'm actively doing projects, and I value this a lot more than just theory. Not saying that top is just theory, but I'm saying I feel like I've learned a lot more making these projects every single day, pushing stuff to GitHub every single day, and you know, I can tell my skills have improved in the last month, especially with, like, my goal was to improve with HTML and CSS, and I definitely did that. So let's see, challenges, learning paths. Yeah, so my goal is to finish all of this, all of that. JavaScript fundamentals. So yeah, we're on the dashboard, and the next thing is a tip calculator app, right? And the password generator app. than the front end quiz app. So I am 100% ready for all that. And I'm wondering, is there anything else I should talk about? Um, I am. I want to talk about the people who say that they want to post, or the people motivation when it comes to this. And I think somebody in, I'm going to go, let me see where it is. I'm going to open Discord. And I think this guy was in the Odin Project. And I'm going to read what he said. Let's see. The Odin Project, Odin Main. All right. So there was a guy. I don't know if I should blur. Usernames have been truncated. Okay, so I'm assuming that this is working. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to, okay, I'm sorry. I got sidetracked. Okay, so this is what he said. This is what he said. There was a guy that he was like, how do I get my motivation? I haven't done Odin in 2 months now. The guy Carlos, who's very informative, said, why did you start? And then Magnum said, I started because I wanted a career in web development. I just hit a slump these past months. And then Carlos said something very insightful that I think a lot of people need to question. And that was, he said, how bad do you want that career? Is it just a fun thought, or does this need to happen in your life? Where are you spending your time when you aren't studying? Maybe the things you spend your time on matter more to you than your potential career. Just to share a personal tidbit, I wanted to learn to code for years before I got consistent. I'd start then stop and spend months hanging out and playing video games. While I wanted to learn, I didn't need it. I was comfortable in the sense that I was okay with the state of my life at that point. One day, I realized I needed to increase my income. I couldn't afford to just want to change my life. Daydreaming about a potential new career wasn't good enough. I either would increase my salary or lose my apartment and lose my car. That urgency and desperation made it easy to study. If I didn't, my life was going to get a lot harder. So life start like start slapping him in the face. It was like, hey, you need to do something. You need to make some money. He goes on to say, I don't know you, of course, maybe there are real life obligations that are stopping you, like tending to your health or to people you care about, and that's important. But if it's not that, if it's not that, is the inability to focus just being okay with things as they are, or something like that. And then he goes on to say, honestly, I think it's not that I'm okay with things as they are. It's more that when I realized how much I forgot getting back to CSS after doing Ruby, it discouraged me. Okay. And I've talked to some of my friends recently who kind of said that um, they don't want to learn something new simply because they're not going to be good at it initially. And I don't know what this guy's expecting, but it's almost like he hop, skipped, and jumped over what Carlos said. Because I feel like if you want it bad enough, you'll go. You won't care where you are. You're going to take a lay of the land, and then you're going to try to move forward and try to start doing things. Like I had picked up HTML and CSS, C Sharp and Python several different times before I start, like in the last 3 months, really getting serious. And so I really think that if if you want it, it won't matter where you start. It won't matter what you don't know. Because the feeling of wanting to change your life, right? Like Carlos said, I couldn't afford to just want to change my life. He had to change his life. His back was against the wall. And that's a different type of motivation. That's not, I don't really feel like that's necessarily motivation, but it is a realization. It is like, okay, I need to do something. I have to do something. It's an ultimatum. Do I want to sit in a situation that I'm not okay with, or do I want to try my hand at success? And he, I didn't read this last sentence. He said it made me feel like I wasn't progressing, so I slowed down. If you're learning coding and you're learning something, like you're just doing some new lesson every day, that's learning. That's a progression. That's the cool thing about coding, is that there's always progress. So nothing against him at all. Uh but I think that once you are ready to make a change, where you are and what you want, where you are won't even matter anymore. The only thing that will matter is you getting there. Like I have reservations about my age currently. Like I'm 34 and I feel like, man, is it too late? They have people in their 20s calling me unk, and I'm like, I'm 34, not like, 78 or something. So there's already this whole idea that, once you get to this age, you're basically an old man and you're done. And that's such weird thinking to me. Um, I don't know why people think like that, but the point is that there's always going to be some hurdle or some challenge when you're trying to change your life. And I don't think that you should, if you want to do something, then do it. It doesn't matter if you have to go back and relearn some things. I'm constantly googling things, and I looked at I was watching a professional. She had a lot of years of experience in the field, and she had to Google some stuff. She Googled something that she was like, oh, I just can't remember this. And what's wrong? So what is wrong with going back? Like if you're learning math and you're messing up, right? You're not understanding how something is working. Wouldn't you have to go back and review that so that you could get it again? I feel like people they want the knowledge and they want the success and they want the things, but they don't want to like necessarily go through the battle that you have to through with yourself to improve. Like you have to look in the mirror and be like, oh, okay, well, oh, I have to change. And there's some people that they would rather the world change than themselves change. I'm not saying that this is that person right here. Let me get off this because I don't know if that's a bad thing to put that right there. Um, Again, nothing against the guy who wrote it, because it's not just him who feels that way. That was just an example, because I feel like um, a lot of people feel that way. But like I was telling a friend a few weeks ago, I said, you probably want to start chasing failure a little bit more. Um, and he was like, why would I do something I'm not good at? And I was like, I don't know what to say to that. I was like, if you want to be comfortable all the time, you're gonna stay in your comfort zone. And we all know that everything that's good and flavorful and worth striving for is outside of your comfort zone, and it requires a certain degree of suffering. So it's like we have people who want the things, but they're actively avoiding the thing that would help them get to the point, to their destination. There's a guy, and you know who you are. You're probably gonna watch this. If you're gonna make that YouTube video, make that YouTube video. You got time. You're in school. You don't have a full time job. And I know you're up right now doing that assignment. And I knew as soon as I said, why don't you make a video tonight? And you were like, well, no, I got schoolwork to do. And I was like, I bet it's due at 11:59 p.m. And all he could do was laugh. That's that type of stuff that I'm talking about. Okay, do you really want to be in school? Do you really like, what do you really want to do? Do you like envision your lifestyle? Like imagine it. Imagine what you want to do. Anyway, I've said a mouthful and I'm tired and I was sick today, so I'm gonna go lay down. Um, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Tomorrow I will be working on the dashboard. Some of you will see me in boot.dev or the Odin project, and then there's another web development and web design Discord I'm in. I probably plan to make my own Discord depending on if people want that or not. So that's that. I will see y'all tomorrow, and we will be working on the dashboard project. All right. Have a good one. Bye bye.